Imagine this: a fighter jet so agile it can twist and turn like a demon in the sky, dodging missiles that would shred lesser planes. And get this, it's powered by engines that gulp fuel like a sports car on steroids. Yet it once flew a mission so secret, it changed the course of a modern war overnight. Shocking, right? But here's the burning question. In 2025, with stealth ghosts like the F35 lurking in the shadows, is the Eurofighter Typhoon still the undisputed king of the skies, or just a relic of Europe's wild ambitions? Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll uncover every twist in its insane story, from Cold War secrets to battlefield bloodbaths, and reveal why this bird might just be the last non-stealth fighter you'll ever need to fear. If you're hooked on jets that rewrite history, smash that subscribe button right now and hit the bell. We dive deep into aviation legends every week, and you won't want to miss the next one. Let's launch. All right, Sky Warriors, buckle up. We're strapping into the cockpit of the Eurofighter Typhoon, the twin-tailed terror born from Europe's boldest gamble. But to understand this beast, we gotta rewind to the frosty tension of the Cold War. Picture 1983. The Iron Curtain looms large. Soviet MiGs and Sukhois are buzzing NATO borders like angry hornets, and Europe's air forces are sweating bullets. The UK's Royal Air Force is nursing its aging English electric lightnings, relics from the 50s that guzzle fuel and can't keep up with Warsaw-packed speed demons Germany's Luftwaffe. Still flying F-104 starfighters nicknamed Widowmakers for their crash-prone habits. Italy and Spain aren't far behind, with fleets on life support. Enter the Future European Fighter Aircraft Program, or FEFA for short. In a move straight out of a spy thriller, 4 nations, the UK, West Germany, Italy, and France, huddle up to build a next-gen interceptor. Why? Simple. Cash-strapped Europe couldn't afford Uncle Sam's F-16 forever, and no single country had the guts or budget to go solo against the Red Air Force. This was about sovereignty, survival, and showing the world that old-world engineering could outfox the East. Billions poured in, with a consortium of giants like British Aerospace, Messerschmitt Volkov Blohm, Aeritalia, and Dassault leading the charge. But drama hits early, 1985 to be exact. France, ever the maverick, bails on the project. Why? They want a multirole marvel, not just an air-to-air assassin Dassault pivots to their own Rafale. Leaving the trio, soon joined by Spain, to rebrand as Eurofighter GmbH. It's a gut punch, but it lights a fire. By 1986, the Typhoon's blueprint emerges. A delta-winged Delta Canard design, twin Eurojet EJ 200 turbofans screaming 20,000 pounds of thrust each, and a cockpit glassed over with multi-function displays that make it feel like flying a video game. But deadlier. Fast forward to March 27th, 1994. The Development Aircraft 1, DA-1, roars off the runway in Manching, Germany. Pilots report it's like strapping into a rocket. Supercruise at Mach 1.5 without afterburners, a climb rate that leaves F-15s in the dust. The Cold War crumbles in '91, but momentum doesn't stop. Delays mount, software glitches, budget overruns, but by 2002, the first production Tranche 1 jets roll out. Enter service. March 31st, 2003, with the RAF's No. 17 Squadron at RAF Koningsby. Cost? A cool 100 million euros per pop. Worth it? Oh, you'll see. Now, the real adrenaline rush. The Typhoon's baptism by fire. This isn't some museum piece. It's a war machine that's tasted combat smoke. First Blood. Operation Elemi, 2011. Gaddafi's forces are steamrolling rebels in Libya, and NATO calls in the big guns. 8 RAF Typhoons from RAF Leeming deployed to Gioia del Colle, Italy, the first time Europe's new toy sees live action. On March 19th, they unleash Storm Shadow missiles from 20,000 feet, crippling Libyan air defenses in hours. No losses, pinpoint accuracy. Pilots rave. It's like having X-ray vision. The pirate FLIR pod spots threats 90 miles out, even in the dead of night. But Libya was just the appetizer. Fast forward to 2014, Operation Shader against ISIS. UK Typhoons from RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus pound terrorist convoys in Iraq and Syria, logging over 1,500 sorties. German Luftwaffe jets joined the fray in 2015, striking Daesh oil fields with Pavwe 4 bombs. And don't forget the Falklands. Since 2009, Typhoons have guarded those windswept islands, replacing tornadoes in a nod to 82's scars. NATO's Baltic air policing. Typhoons scramble from Imari, Estonia, intercepting Russian bears like clockwork. Over 400 alerts since 2004. In 2025, with tensions boiling on Europe's eastern flank, German and Italian Typhoons are pulling quick reaction alert, QRA duties, ready to pounce on any Su-35 probe Saudi squadrons. They've logged strikes in Yemen while Omani birds patrol the Gulf. This jet's resume reads like a blockbuster. Air superiority, ground attack, reconnaissance, 620 plus built, 0 combat losses. That's not luck. That's lethal. So what makes the Typhoon a nightmare for adversaries? Let's break it down, because raw specs are boring. It's how they dominate that hooks you strengths. Start with agility that defies physics. Those canards and delta wings let it pull 9G turns without blacking out the pilot, thanks to a fly-by-wire system that's smoother than a Ferrari on rails. Top speed, Mach 2.0 at 55,000 feet. Supercruise means it ghosts across borders without lighting up radars with afterburner heat. The heart? Twin EJ2Os, each packing more punch per pound than the F-15's F-10s. Acceleration from subsonic to supersonic in under 30 seconds. Sensors are the real wizardry. The Captor E ESA radar, active electronically scanned array, paints 1,000 targets at once, tracking stealthy foes up to 180 miles. Pair it with the Meteor missile, ramjet powered, it hits Mach 4 and outranges AIM-120s by 50%. In a dogfight, the Typhoon's thrust vectoring upgrades on some Tranche 3s let it outturn Rafales or F-18's multirole magic. It hauls 13 hardpoints for 16,500 pounds of ordnance, from brimstone anti-tank missiles to lightning pods for laser-guided strikes, and stealth. Not invisible, but 15% composite materials slash its radar cross-section to F-16 size. Fuel efficiency in cruise. Flies 2,500 nautical miles with tanks, enough to patrol the North Sea and back. But no jet's perfect, and the Typhoon's got chinks in its armor that could cost a pilot dearly. Weaknesses: high and dry. Those EJ2Os are thirsty beasts in afterburner, burning 40% more fuel than rivals during max performance scrambles. Range suffers too. Ferry distance tops 2,125 miles with drop tanks, but combat radius hovers at 1,000 miles, shorter than the F-15E's 1,200 angle of attack. It caps at 25 degrees versus Rafale's 30, meaning tighter loops, but less forgiveness in a knife fight stall. Cost bites hard. Upkeep runs $18,000 per flight hour, pricier than an F-35's $16,000. Early Tranche 1s lacked full air-to-ground punch, forcing retrofits that delayed squadrons. And against true stealth, it's blind to F-22 Ghosts until they're too close. No internal bays mean missiles hang exposed, spiking its signature. Critics call it a FA-18 in eagle clothing, capable but not revolutionary in payload or endurance for long Pacific patrols. Cut to 2025. The Typhoon isn't fading, it's evolving. Over 500 airframes serve 9 operators: RAF 160 plus, Luftwaffe 140 plus, Aeronautica Militare 100 plus, Ejército del Aire 70 plus Austria, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, and Kuwait's fresh 28 jet order missions. Beyond QRA and strikes, it's the backbone of NATO's enhanced forward presence. German Typhoons buzz Black Sea routes. Italians enforce no-fly zones in the meta grades, like the UK's Project Centurion, add helmet-cued sights for off-bore sight kills, while Germany's Quadriga program integrates quantum-resistant comms and drone swarm control by 2030. Saudi pilots train on it for Red Sea patrols, and export bids to Turkey, 20 jets for $10.7 billion, signal its global pull. In a world of hypersonics, it's getting Super Typhoon tweaks, AI-piloted wingmen, directed energy lasers for drone zaps, BAE's testing counter UAS weapons right now at DSEI. Imagine a Typhoon lasering Shaheds mid-swarm. It's not retiring till 2060, bridging to FCAS, the stealthy successor. But how does it stack up against peers? Let's dogfight the data versus the Dassault Rafale, Europe's other hot rod. Typhoon edges air-to-air with Meteor's reach and Captor radar's precision, winning simulated BVR beyond visual range. Scraps 70% of the time. Rafale fights back in multi-role. More hardpoints, 14 versus 13. Better low-level loiter for strikes, and that superior AOA for close-in twirls verdict. Typhoon for pure dominance, Rafale for versatility. Pitting it against the F-15X Eagle II, the American Brute hauls 29,500 pounds of weapons, double the Typhoon's, and boasts a 1,200-mile combat radius for Pacific slugfests. But Typhoon's avionics are fresher. ASA versus legacy upgrades, plus Super Cruise the Eagle envies. In Emerge, Typhoon's agility shines. F-15 wins the slugout. Now the Russian Bear, Su-35, Flanker E, raw, thrust matches, but Typhoon's sensor fusion crushes the Irbis E radar in electronic warfare. Meteor outranges R-77s, and NATO integration means real-time data shares the Su-LAX simulations. Typhoon claims 80% kills in mock red air hunts. Overall, in the 4.5 Gen arena, Typhoon's the agile assassin, not the stealth king. That's F-35's crown, but a peerless hunter that keeps adversaries guessing. There you have it, the Eurofighter Typhoon. From Cold War conspiracy to 2025's frontline fury, a jet that proves Europe's got teeth. Shocking secrets, brutal battles, unbeatable edges. We've covered it all. What's your take? Could the Typhoon take down an F-22 in a fair fight? Drop it in the comments below. I raid everyone. If this launch got your blood pumping, hit subscribe for more aviation epics. Like, share, and fly safe out there. Safe out.